Great day, great day, great day, great day. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live and direct, no podcast this time. Coming at you directly with Give Yourself Permission. And for those that are new, because I'm seeing a lot of new hits, for those that are new, the rules of the show are very simple. That I cannot do a show unless I do at least 10 minutes of meditation and at least hit 1 mile. No matter how slow that mile may be. Look, I'm dragging, and it is the truth when they say junk in and junk out. I haven't been doing everything that I need to be doing physically in order for me to get my time down to what I needed to be by summer this year, next year, this time next year. But I'm working on it step by step. It's a slow and sometimes it's tedious, but we need to learn how to enjoy the journey and not really worry about the destination. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to reach your destination. So the destination is set. You have it in your map quest, in your subconscious map quest. Now, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the ride. What lessons can you get from this? Man, it's a beautiful day out. It's not super hot, so this is so far. We had a couple of hot days, but this has been a beautiful summer. Regardless, any day you wake up on is beautiful if you desire to make it so. But it hasn't been so hot like I expected it to be this summer. But anyway, let's get to what we need to talk about. So yesterday I couldn't broadcast. I need to apologize. Yesterday I couldn't broadcast because all the power in my area was knocked out. My laptop battery was run down. My phone battery was run down, and the power didn't come on until somewhere between 4:30 and 5, somewhere around there. So it was kind of too late for me to get up and start doing everything that I needed to do. And then on top of that, it just is what it is. I enjoyed being able to look at my daughters while they were sleeping. And I had a beautiful day yesterday, and I hope yours was beautiful as well. But, oh my God, I didn't turn the music down. But that's cool. I'm loud. I know you can hear me. But now the music comes down, and we go to the number 4. We have been covering the number system, counting our way to greatness. So now we are on number 4. The day before yesterday, we discussed number 3, and that's all about communication internally and externally. Now, number 4 is all about bringing things to order. You done brought it from the infinite into the finite, or from the 0 to the 1. You figured out how the pieces work together and got in where you fit in. And you started learning to cooperate with the system that you are in, whether it's a system externally or a system internally. And we started talking about on Monday being able to communicate these ideas and being able to strengthen our internal communication and shifting our mental chatter to start talking in ways that will motivate us and inspire us, because ultimately the goal is for you to be able to inspire yourself. Alright, but now we move to order, bringing things in order. Now, of course, we start internally. Number 4 is all about order. Now, have you brought your internal world into order? Have you laid out the order of your internal world? And then, have you manifested that order in your life? Now, I know a lot of y'all saying, Brother, I tell my life is out of control. That's cool. You can't I mean, it's just like with the running. It's just like with the working out. You can't jump up and just all of a sudden tighten it up, because you could jump up and try to control and try to bring order to everything in your life and wear yourself out, and you won't do it again for another 6 years. Start small. This is where the rituals come in handy. This is where the small daily practices come in handy, because these little practices, whether we're talking about meditation, whether we're talking about your prayer life, whether we're talking about working out, whether it's calisthenics, yoking, or yoga, whether we're talking about just basic breath control, whether we're talking about certain things that you do, like if you need to journal. I mean, are there certain little small things that you can start working on? To bring that order from inside of you to outside. Because once you start practicing it externally as well, it'll start manifesting itself inside you. You'll start knowing when you're not doing things that are in order. You understand what I'm saying? Everything has its place and its time. And being able to recognize that, when you can recognize that internally, it becomes easier to recognize it externally. You won't be, how can I put it? You won't be tricked into believing that the world is actually in chaos. The world is working in order. Yes, it is. The issue is because your eyes, in a sense, have not been initiated. Because you have not been initiated, you don't see the order. It's somebody else's order. And what I'm asking you to do is to start aligning at least your life with your order, with your divine order, because you need to bring your life up under your control. And what starts to happen when we start doing that internal work, and then we start focusing on us and the practices that we have, we start to spread the order that we have out into the world. So you'll be able to recognize others' orders and others' order and the way they got the world working. You can look at this whole system to see that there's an order here. And the reason that it rubs you the wrong way is because it's not your order. You don't belong to that. But in order to find what you belong to, you got to do that internal work. That's why I'm talking about counting our way to greatness, because all these numbers can be applied externally, but they do no good if you don't start working and doing the internal work. Have you brought your internal? Have you brought your spirit in order? Have you brought your mind in order? Have you brought your emotions in order? Have you brought your intuition in order? Have you explored these things? Have you asked the questions that force order? Who, what, where, when, why, and how? When we start asking those things about ourselves rather than wanting to question everybody else, we get more clarity. And then when we start questioning other people, it won't be as easy for them to throw us off. Have you ever noticed that a politician that is really, really working within this order never answers a question? And nobody ever put their feet to the fire to make them answer the question? Why? Because everything is working according to their order. And when it's your order, you don't necessarily have to answer the questions, do you? Now, but when somebody understands the order and they start asking questions, you won't throw them off like that. That's why there's only certain reporters that they allow to even ask them questions. Now, this is democracy. That's something we really need to look at. It's certain reporters that will not be allowed to ask questions. Why? Because in some sense, they have some form of internal order that will not allow them to fall up under the spell of this madness that these people are weaving. You need to get out of the madness and get your life in order. Start working on it. Look it up. Check out the number 4. See how you can use it. This is Brother Hatim saying thank you for your time. Thank you for the hits. Thank you for the listening, for listening. Thank you for some of the comments, those of you that are sharing it on Facebook, because outside of Spreaker, Facebook is the main one that's been sending people to me. I really want to thank each and every last one of you. And with that, Brother Hatim says peace, because I know the show was only supposed to be 5 minutes, but I'm trying. I pray that your day will be as beautiful as you are.